In the previous videos, John Irwin talked about choices and the important role they play in teaching students to behave responsibly. While the importance of choice-making skills is generally accepted, how to teach students about making good choices is a significant challenge for educators. In his books and articles about choice theory and how it can be applied in schools, Dr. William Glasser often refers to the behavior car as a good metaphor for teaching students about managing their own behavior. This video begins after John has spent several days in Dearborn, Michigan, with student leaders talking about choice theory and how it can be explained with the use of the behavior car. And now we go to Mr. Irwin as he introduces Dearborn Academy.
Okay, the Dearborn Academy is a unique charter school. It's in Dearborn, Michigan, which has a very high population of Islamic immigrants. Many of the students, I think about 80% of the school, are recent immigrants or refugees from Iraq, Lebanon, and other Middle Eastern countries. This offers a challenge to the mostly white, mostly young teachers who work there, understanding their culture, understanding how to motivate them. And the good news about that is that choice theory, which is the foundation for the program that we've been working with there, is a program that is universal. It's about motivating any human being, appealing to their 5 basic human needs for survival, love and belonging, power, freedom, and fun. And what we've been doing this year primarily is working with students, teaching them some of the skills, the personal, the social, and emotional skills that they need to be academically successful and successful in schools. The last 2 years we've been working primarily with teachers, teaching them how to create an optimal learning environment through appealing to those needs and creating, again, a needs-satisfying environment through both how they manage students and how they instruct them. And we've seen some changes in the school in classrooms that have implemented these strategies. The 7th and 8th grade students that are part of the school leadership team, we spent 2 days with them teaching them a deeper understanding of choice theory and the basic needs, the world of perceptions, the concept of total behavior, and the concept of the quality world. And again, they were very engaged. They found it really interesting, and through the teaching and the games that we played, they were able to gain a better understanding that, number one, they are responsible for the choices they make, that everything that they choose, everything that they do is a choice, and have been able to take more effective control over their own lives, their own behavior, in and out of school. The behavior car metaphor is a good one to help kids understand the concept of total behavior. When we think of behavior, we often just think of what people are doing, otherwise their actions. But along with those actions come thoughts, feelings, and our physiology. In other words, what our body is doing, our autonomic nervous system is doing as a result of our thoughts, our actions, and our feelings. The car is a nice analogy because, like cars, human beings are going in a direction in their lives. They're on the road of life, so to speak. We're constantly making choices, turning that steering wheel. We come to intersections. Sometimes we get cut off, metaphorically. We run into obstacles in our lives, and that's why it makes a good metaphor. Another reason it makes a good metaphor is we have 4 components of our total behavior: our actions, our thoughts, our feelings, and our physiology, like the 4 wheels of a car. Now, we have most direct control over our actions and thoughts, so we call those our front 2 wheels. Our feelings and our physiology follow along with what we think and what we do, so we have indirect control over them, but we don't have direct control over them. So what we try to teach students is focus on what you're thinking and what you're doing, and that can help us get the feelings that we want to have and have the physiology that we want to have.
The behavior car is an important part of John's explanation of how students can control their own behavior and the consequences resulting from that behavior. In this session, he reviews the key points he has taught the students about choice theory in preparation for them to take this information and teach it to their peers. Now he will lead a discussion in which the student leaders will talk about how they've begun to apply choice theory in their lives to make responsible choices.
Okay, for this discussion, group of three, group of three, group of three, group of three, group of four. Kind of circle up your chairs a little bit and talk about, have you used what have you thought about in terms of the basic needs, your quality world, perceptions, the world of perceptions? We talked about stereotypes in here. Or the total behavior car. Have you been able to get in the front seat of your car at any time and avoid driving from the back seat, letting your feelings and physiology drive you? So getting in the front seat and letting your thoughts and actions take control instead. So if you've had any experiences or stories you could tell about controlling your behavior in an effective, responsible way, that would be cool. So group of three, talk about it, and we'll share out as a group in about just a minute or so. So talk.
There's a difference between things that you need and you want, or your behavior car. That really helps you. Like if you're in a situation where you're very angry at a person, and you think back to your behavioral car, and you understand how to how to like control that situation without things getting too out of control.
Yeah, you don't want to drive yourself out of control with what you think and what you're so mad about.
Have you got any good ones?
Yeah. Well, okay, see, it was like yesterday, so I had a friend of mine.
A friend?
Yeah. He played a really mean joke on me. And it really sucks because now I want to get it back, but I don't know if I should because it's kind of like, yeah, it was a joke, but it was mean.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe I'll get it back in a way that wouldn't be so, it was more responsible. Maybe.
How would you do that?
I'm not sure yet.
It can fly.
What kind of person do you want to be?
Bigger person. No, the bigger person.
A bigger than him?
Yeah.
The best revenge is living right.
I'm more bigger than him.
That's a good one. That's good.
But by taking fuel from other people, that's like some people are actually satisfied taking fuel from other people, hurting other people to satisfy themselves.
And you don't want people to do that.
No, that's why that when you need to fill up your car with fuel, but not with anybody else's fuel, with your own fuel.
Thanks. Okay, I heard some good stories. Most of them had to do with controlling your behavioral car. Just so quickly to review the behavioral car. We're all driving our cars. We're on the road of life. We're constantly making choices, so we're turning the wheel this way, that way, adjusting our car to the environment around us. We have the four wheels of our car. We've got the thoughts, what we're thinking, what we're doing, the actions. We have our feelings and our physiology, and they're all going together all the time. And we can choose to let our feelings drive our behavior, so act out of anger or fear, or let our physiology drive us. Sometimes if I'm tired and hungry, it's easy to be irritable and behave that way. So we can let our back wheels drive our car, or we can get in the front seat of the car and let our actions and thoughts affect our behavior, really take control. And most of the stories I heard had something to do about getting in the front seat of your car when someone or something was kind of driving your back wheels, kind of pushing your back wheels to be angry or frustrated or something like that. And I heard you guys talk about situations where you could have you could have driven the car from the back seat, and you know what happens when you drive a car from the back seat. Things that usually run into telephone poles, bless you. Or you can get in the front seat. And so who would be willing to talk about, and speak loudly so everybody can hear you, loudly so everybody can hear you. Tell us a story about getting in the front seat.
It's usually when I'm at home and my little sister, things that she does, and I try not to like hit her or yell or anything. So I get in the front seat and I just think about what I'm doing and how it's going to affect what's going to happen. So I just leave it alone.
Does she do things that irritate you? Could you give an example? How old is she?
She's 4.
Wow.
Sometimes when I'm in my room doing my homework, she'll to my room, take my folder, and have papers everywhere.
Okay.
Or she'll throw stuff at me.
So it'd be easy to get mad at her at that point, but you get in the front seat. Cool. Cool. Awesome. Tell us your story.
My sister always complains that I always get what I want, and one time she went too far. I'm not gonna explain this.
Okay, you don't have to go into detail, but.
And I really wanted to hit her, but so I got in my front seat of the car and I told myself, no, I'm not gonna hit my sister, and I'm not gonna hit a girl.
Awesome. What would, if you'd hit her, where would have that taken you? What road, what would be your destination there?
I don't know.
Your parents be happy about that? Okay. Take you to grounded land or something?
They'll sit in their back seat.
All right. All right. Come on. You have a great story. It took a lot of strength to do what you did. You don't have to go into any real tiny details or anything about it, but just.
I got in a fight with some girl, but I was being a better person and not fight back.
And what'd you do? Instead of fighting, you didn't get you got into an argument, right?
Yeah.
And you came pretty close to fighting, right? And then what did you do?
I thought about it.
Thought about it, and then what did you do instead?
Talked to a teacher about it.
You walked away and you talked to a teacher about it, and that was, it's like, sometimes we need help driving our cars. So, you stop it and get directions from somebody, or here, take the wheel for a minute. So that was awesome. Good for you. Sir. David.
I was using the computer, but my brother, he wants me to run after him and hit him or something. So he hits me and runs away. Then I just leave him alone. I'm mad, right? But I leave him alone. Then he gets mad because he wants me to run after him. He keeps on hitting me. I don't do anything. So he gets mad. He stays. He plays something else, and then he just leaves me alone.
That's great. So he wants to push your buttons, right? And you don't let him say, I don't have any buttons. You can't push them. You want to share your story?
My friend of mine was playing a joke on me, and I was thinking about getting back at them, but I'm going to be a bigger person and just ignore that. And
Cool. Well, you want to tell us the joke you pulled on, or was it not anything you want to share? Okay, cool. Awesome. So controlling yourself, it takes real strength to control yourself. Some people think controlling other people is what real strength is, but real strength is being a better person and controlling your own behavior. Okay. Any other stories? All right. Thanks. Do I have any? Yeah, well, they lost my luggage again, and when I got the luggage back, they broke the wheels off my suitcase, And I always think, when that happens, sometimes you just want to yell at somebody just to get that pressure that you feel, kind of release that pressure that you feel and release the stress. But I always think, the person that I'm talking to is not the person who broke the wheels off my luggage. He's just a clerk behind the counter, and I have to always think that this is a human being. They're doing the best that they can do at their job, and they didn't lose my luggage. They didn't break the wheels off, and so I just try to grin and bear it and, think, what's the worst that could happen? I might have to go shopping and buy a new suitcase or something. So stuff like that. You run into these situations every day. Somebody does something or something in the environment happens, and it could drive you crazy. But stress can just wear you down, and there's a lot of diseases you get just from being stressed out. So, okay, thanks for sharing.
Now we will watch as the student leaders take what they have learned from Mr. Irwin and present it to their fellow students. In their presentations, students will use what Mr. Irwin calls the behavior traffic circle. Expanding on the car analogy, the traffic circle presents a problem to students, has them consider different choices in response to the problem, and the possible outcomes of those choices. In considering their options, students are taught to predict how their choices might affect their thoughts, feelings, actions, and physiology. By learning how to connect choices with their consequences, students learn about self-management and responsibility. Now we will watch a student presentation involving the behavior traffic circle.
You guys are here to learn about your traffic circle, and we're gonna give you a situation, and then you guys have to see what good choices you could make and what bad choices you can make. An example we have for you is if you're getting accused of something you didn't do, like I'm sure everyone has. And a good choice would be to just go and talk to the teacher after class, and like thoughts you would have is like, what will I say to her? And feeling you'd be kind of nervous or scared, and your body would probably be a little calm, but your heart's like pumping. And a bad thing would be to do is probably yell at her, and then you're feeling all angry and frustrated, and your thoughts are, I hate her. And your body is making a fist, and you're sweating and shaking. And the bad choice will obviously take you to ISS, detention, or Mr. Tapper, or whatever. And the good choice will just get you respect from the teacher. Alright, now we're gonna give you your own little traffic circle in a situation. You guys have to think of one good way you can handle the situation and one bad way.
We're going to do them in pairs, so it doesn't take quite as long. We're going to run out of time because school's going to end.
The situations the groups are asked to consider include dealing with getting an F on a paper, hearing that someone started a rumor about you, and dealing with jealousy. Each group must come up with 2 good choices and 2 bad choices of how to deal with their specific problem. They discuss how each possible decision might affect their total behavior, their thoughts, feelings, actions, and physiology.
What are you going to be doing?
Making fun of their time.
Alright.
And
What is your body?
mad.
Where's your body going?
Mad and angry. No, right here.
Just put that. 30 lines.
You can write that down.
Now it's a good thing. My thoughts would be kind of calm, but still kind of angry.
Alright, this is, you have to do this one.
I thought
This is the good one.
No, that's actually right. And you turn red. Right.
Okay. We're not grading today.
Yeah, we're not.
We're just getting ideas down.
I'm doing a good job.
Okay.
Your heart is beating faster and faster.
And heart rate's fasting.
Alright. What is your body doing?
Alright.
I know what they feel.
And when you yell at the teacher, where's that going to get you?
What are you feeling?
Where are you guys going to
OSS.
This
To the office.
You know what I think? Do you try to ask them for help with it?
Alright, now what is your body doing?
Or teacher?
Are you still school? Alright, that takes
What's a good way you can handle it?
Handle what?
If you got an F,
FBI.
getting an F minus.
Oh.
Like my ex would be
Going to
ask for another test, like if I can
Oh.
redo it.
Yeah, if I could redo my test.
Yeah. Can you think of 2 more?
Actions.
Can you think of 2 more?
Act.
It's always nice when you can redo tests. You know what? There's probably time for 3. We're going a lot faster this time. Alright. Can you think of another bad one?
Right test.
Oh, what are you thinking about? Like, you're probably going to go talk to a teacher, so what are you thinking about saying or something?
Yeah, I'm feeling
Think
nervous.
of another bad way or another good way.
Okay, you're congratulating them and you're making fun of them. Is there any other stuff you could do?
Giving them a pat on the back.
How's your body?
Crying.
And you're trying to calm yourself down.
What are you thinking?
maybe
When you're patting them on the back, what do you think? Like good job and stuff?
maybe
A second chance?
No, I mean, no. Like,
In the square or in the rectangle. This is destination.
not that bad.
Oh, bad.
What's your body doing?
By stealing
when
the
you're
test.
Telling them
Stealing a test?
Yeah, like something like that.
Alright.
That's it? Or
That's right. Deanna?
this physiology was a bad choice. Feelings, angry, mad, thoughts, actions of fighting, actions fighting, and this will end up
What's your situation?
started a rumor. And that will end you up at Mr. Taha's office. And physiology, good choice, feeling still mad, thoughts kind of calm and angry at the same time, and actions will confront them with respect. And that will still end you up at Mr. Taha or a teacher. And this is another bad choice of feeling shaking, thoughts hurting the person, and crying or his actions. But this will probably end you up at like a counselor like Ms. Bowersox.
Good job.
Alright.
Should I share it?
Okay, so what did you guys learn from all this? Like what did you learn from making choices?
To not make fun of people.
Well, yeah, of course. Well, it's a better choice not to. So what is the better choice at the moment when something bad happens to you? Yeah.
To make a good choice and not try to take it into your own hands. Take it to a teacher or a counselor or a principal or something.
Like if you can learn to control yourself, like control your anger and what you're feeling, and not take it out on anybody, like try to control it.
The behavior car and the traffic circle are just two examples of the many activities in John Irwin's classroom of choice that can help you teach choice theory to your students. These activities demonstrate in concrete terms that in any given situation, choices always exist, and it's up to the students to choose the direction they will take.